I would say in any industry or any company, corporate governance plays very, uh, a very important role in bridging the gap between the team and the management who is working on all the products. So
Right.
whenever uh, whatever vision the management has, when we have to envision it or when we have to communicate it to the team, it should be transparent. It should be in a way that uh, there is no issues in the compliance in
Right.
the future.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm Charu Mehra, and today we are honored to have with us a distinguished leader in embedded hardware and software. With nearly 2 decades of experience, he has significantly contributed to middleware validation, firmware development, and pre-post silicon validation in the IT and telecommunications sector. Currently serving as a technical leader at Intel Corporation, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Arun Kumar V.S. to the podcast. Thank you for being here, Mr. Kumar, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders. Your presence is highly appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Charu. I am privileged to be part of this podcast. Yeah, thank you.
Looking forward to having a discussion, great discussion with you today, sir.
Yeah, looking forward to. Thank you.
Mr. Kumar, your nearly 2 decade career in embedded systems, software development, and validation is truly impressive. Which brings me to my first question. What drew you to this field initially? Was there a specific moment or maybe a mentor that ignited your passion?
Yeah, madam. I mean, basically, I'm always fascinated with this connection of hardware and software together in an embedded systems. So whenever I see a TV or a set-top box or a game device, I was always fascinated how all these things work in a real-time environment. So that time I got to know with a person I know known as Suresh, who was doing his PhD in IISc Bangalore. So
Mhm.
along with him, I started working and I learned more about this firmware, embedded validation and all that. And that gave me a very much passion or gave me a trigger to start looking more into embedded systems. And when I started working in a company for embedded validation engineer, so that time I was like first time when I was doing a board bring up within a day's time, we
Right.
were having some challenges initially in bring up. So that's when I really got fascinated and I thought I can make a career out of this.
It's so interesting to hear that something so small can spark someone's passion in the field. And
Yes.
thank you for sharing your journey with us, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's almost 20 years now. I do keep in touch with that person and I like we interact with him. He does some companies on his own. He's driving his passion in embedded and chip designing. So yeah, I mean, there are
Right.
people with whom we have close connect. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. From leading smart endpoint IP validation at Intel to managing firmware and software releases project, these are some significant accomplishments, Mr. Kumar. How do you cultivate your own growth in such a dynamic environment? And how does it contribute to driving impactful results in your field?
Yeah, it was a very good question. As any of the emerging domains or emerging technologies, we have to be up to date and up to the domain law expertise as and when the
Right.
market or the domain evolves. So I keep having discussions with tech forums and basically innovation forums and research related discussions in the company or even outside in our domain. So I do have discussions with all people. So that helps
Right.
me to basically be up to the mark in the domain. And also I do take some challenging projects outside my company work. Take
Right.
challenging projects so that we see what can be improved or what innovation we can bring to the domain, and those kind of things really help me. And recently, when we all moved to AI, I went into basically a certification course in IIT Roorkee to learn about AI so that I can bridge my embedded experience into AI
Right.
and would start running the AI workloads in embedded. So these kind of certification courses also help in
Wow, wow.
long term. Yeah.
Great, great. So your approach to personal and professional growth in such a dynamic field is impressive. From, having the discussions, as you said, to taking up challenges over and above the job that you're doing and doing some courses to increase your knowledge on this. It is really great, sir.
Thank you. I think once you have passion in something, it keeps flowing. I mean, you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Mr. Kumar, validation seems to be, a recurring theme in your career. Can you shed some light on why validation is so crucial in the development of embedded systems and how you ensure that procedures are both rigorous and effective?
Yes, I mean, validation basically brings out uh, the reliability, the security, and the performance of any systems. And as you
Right,
know, all these embedded systems are uh, basically mission critical solutions where the real timeness and the accuracy and the complexity of these problems, what we solve is very important. So
right,
until unless we go through a rigorous validation process, we will not be able to give the 100% quality of these products. So part of this we do touch testing, we say, and then sometimes we do automated tests, and then real time tests also we do, and then we go through some certifications to make
right.
sure that the industry standards are met. And with
Met.
all these validation processes, we make sure that the product is up to the market and
Right.
corner cases are covered. So yeah, that's where validation is very important in the embedded domain.
Wow, wow. So your insights on importance of validation in your field are enlightening. I'm sure a lot of people aspiring to become grow in your field will take notes from this advice that you've shared.
Yeah, thank you. I think Bangalore or India is growing in semiconductor now. So yeah, I mean, world is ours to capture. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, reflecting on your role in managing high stakes technical teams, Mr. Kumar, how do you foresee your corporate governance expertise helping you build a culture of accountability, transparency, and ethical conduct in your future endeavors?
I would say in any industry or any company, corporate governance plays very a very important role in bridging the gap between the team and the management who is working on all the products. So
Right,
whenever we, uh, whatever vision the management has, when we have to envision it or when we have to communicate it to the team, it should be transparent. It should be in a way that there is no issues in the compliance in
right,
the future. So with that uh, perspective, if you say the corporate governance, what I would say is you have transparency, you communicate well with the team, and you make sure that the direction in which the organization has to take up is defined, well defined, and communicated to each and every stakeholder in the
right.
organization so that everyone will give their best to make sure
Absolutely.
that the place where we are playing in will be into the best, basically, will be our best what we can give in that organization.
Absolutely, absolutely. And your commitment to ethical leadership is commendable, Mr. Kumar. And
Yeah.
it clearly shows that corporate governance plays a important role in your approach, and it can actually help the organization if we follow those set points. You said it should be transparent, it should be ethical, and it should be communicated to everyone clearly. So that plays really important role.
Yes.
So, Mr. Kumar, given your impressive career trajectory, what advice would you give to the coming generations? Any specific skill or mindset they should cultivate to succeed in their careers?
I would say, and as I see, every generation is much smarter than the previous generation. But one thing what I would like to focus or I like to tell is focus on the problem solving skills and analytical thinking, and then you cultivate a curiosity for innovation and basically bringing the best out of you. And then
Right.
the continuous learning curve or continuous learning should never go
Never.
out of your kitty, I would say, because
True.
in any changing environment, continuous learning is something which will always keep you
One
hold,
step ahead.
keep
Right.
you strong and secure, so that any change in the industry you can adapt and learn. But problem
Right.
solving and uh, basically your critical analytical thinking is the must. Rest all
Absolutely.
the domain, the technical skills you can acquire, but these basics we have to be there with you. So that
Right.
is something which I would ask my new juniors or the next generation to look forward or look something about it.
Wow. Wow. Your advice for the next generation is invaluable, Mr. Kumar, and thank you for offering these insights. So, Mr. Kumar, the last question I have for you today is, I'd like to know, if you could share how Directors Institute has contributed towards your development and how has been your experience so far with the institute?
I would say the experience is fantastic. I mean, we have uh, like the learning is on my own pace.
Right.
So as our industry time is very critical, so I
Absolutely.
take my own time and prepare and learn corporate governance and everything. So that is really a good thing for me, at least in this stage of my career.
Right.
And I would say Directory Institute has given me an opportunity to connect with the corporate leaders and then
Right.
exposed me into the governance and leadership, some of these corporate leadership things. So that is something which is very commendable, and uh, I like to be part of this kind of initiative going further as well. Yeah,
Wow,
thank you.
wow. Wow. So it's really inspiring, Mr. Kumar, a leader like yourself with so many years of experience and you still want to continue that. We talked about continuous learning. You still want to
Yes,
enhance your skills and move on to the next step in your career. And thank you for that feedback. And I hope that Directors Institute is able to help you achieve the goals that you've set for yourself.
thank you. I look forward to that. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, with that, we've come to an end of our episode. It has been an enlightening to learn about your vast experience and your contributions to embedded systems and validations in the IT and telecommunication sectors, Mr. Kumar. Your technical proficiency, coupled with your leadership in complex projects, truly sets a high standard for excellence. Thank you for sharing your journey, your insights into the future of leadership and technology with us. And I'm certain your input today will prove to be invaluable for our audiences.
Yeah, thank you. It was nice to talk to you, Charu, madam. Yeah,
Same here, same here. We look forward to sharing more inspiring stories and insights from remarkable leaders in our next session. Until then, keep upskilling and finding joy in your journey. Thank you.